In this video, I'm going to discuss who refugees are and why they're seeking asylum. There are many different places that refugees come from, and many reasons why they leave their homes. For the most part, they are fleeing war-torn countries where they are no longer safe. Refugees come from all over the world, including Syria, Burma, Iraq, and Somalia. There are many other countries that they come from, but those are just where the largest numbers of refugees are currently coming from. We must not forget that there are refugees all over the world, and they all need our help. I'm sure you've heard all over the news about one of the largest groups in the world right now, the Syrian refugees. Now, in order for you to understand why Syrians are in such a bad condition that they must flee their country, you need to understand the civil war that is going on in Syria. Since 2011, Syria has been in a state of civil war, and their citizens constantly fear for their lives. There are so many different threats involved in this war. It all started with protests against the government, people wanting a more democratic society. When the government stepped in, though, it got violent, thus starting the civil war. Groups of rebels started forming, and other countries like the United States, Russia, Iraq, and Turkey all got involved. All of these groups had different motives and different targets. Therefore, there wasn't and isn't only two sides to this fight. There are many sides, with everyone fighting for their own political agendas and interests. This leaves the Syrian citizens stuck in the middle, and they just want to live their lives in peace in their homeland. There is fighting happening all over the country. Bombings and airstrikes happening often. Bombings are not the only things making life unsafe for Syrian citizens, though. Because of the war, it is difficult to get necessities like food and medical care. Aid workers are unable to get into the places that need help because of all of the fighting. The people are unsafe, which is why many are fleeing to countries like Greece, Turkey, and Iraq to seek asylum. About 11 million Syrians have left their homes, and around 4.8 million are trying to find refuge in other countries. It is reported that 470,000 people have been killed because of this war. So far, I've discussed why refugees are leaving their homelands and need our help. In the next video, I plan to discuss how America is involved and why it is so important that we don't close our borders to the people in need.